Yo, what is going on, everybody? So it's no secret to anybody that the Australian airports, as far as international flights at least, are basically completely shut down at this point in time. There's no flights going. I mean, I could be categorically incorrect on that, but as far as I know, there's no flights going in or out. There may be flights bringing Australian people back, specific chartered flights, or I don't know exactly how it's working right now, but I mean, basically the international travel industry, as far as flights go, it's like dead in the water. And a lot of the, obviously you guys would have seen this title, right? Universities have for years now been charging ridiculous prices. Like, I'm talking ridiculous prices for people to come and study at them, right? So whatever I would pay as an Australian citizen is significantly less than what an international student would pay for the exact same course, the exact same degree, with the exact same facilities and learning, but they just come from overseas, so they pay more. That's how it works. Now, with this whole COVID-19 stuff, what you would have noticed is that, I mean, if you've been following, you know, the university scene, you would have noticed that there's not really any international students coming in, which is a bit of a problem for the universities, because they've been using the international students' money for so long to fund all of the crap that doesn't actually make money. Courses like gender studies, for example. All of the useless crap that universities have been pushing have been done on the dime of the international student for so long now. Let me read this to you. Without international students, Australia's universities will downsize, and some might collapse altogether. The loss of international students due to COVID-19 restrictions and predicted second semester declines will see universities lose. And this gives you a bit of an idea about the scale of the rorting and about how much universities are charging international students and gouging them so they can push their own Marxist agendas. We'll see universities lose between $3 and $4.5 billion, according to Universities Australia. The higher education sector was dealt another blow this week when the government said universities wouldn't get the increased access to the $130 billion JobKeeper Fund for registered charities. Universities estimate more than 21,000 jobs are at risk in the next 6 months, and more after that. Gee, I wonder how many useless lecturers are going to lose their jobs in that period of time. It's big dollars. On April 3, Prime Minister Scott Morrison said about international students, if they're not in a position to support themselves, then there is the alternative for them to return to their home countries. Indeed there is. Indeed there is. This was chilling in its indifference. Of course it was chilling. By the way, this is from theconversation.com, which is a leftist rag. Thank you to the Price is Right review, one of my longtime subscribers, with his super chat. Yo, what's up, my man? Always pleasure seeing you. Likewise, Betty. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. This was chilling in its indifference. Of course it is, from a leftist rag. The Commonwealth has good reason to support universities hit by falling international student revenues as part of its pandemic stimulus measures. Current university jobs depend on this revenue. According to a Deloitte Access Economics report commissioned by Universities Australia, universities contributed $41 billion to the economy and supported a total of 260,000 full-time jobs in 2018. Wow, that's a lot of useless lecturers, and some useful ones teaching things like science, technology, engineering, and maths, you know, the stuff that actually makes things function. the government also has good reasons to support international students who have lost jobs and are not eligible for JobKeeper or job seeker payments. International students in Australia contribute more than just the fees they pay. They also spend money while they're here. That's true. Generating jobs and income in the broader economy. That's not untrue either. That is correct. In fact, the international education sector has become so economically significant that to burn it now will dampen Australia's post-pandemic recovery. So let's stop all of our coal and natural resources exports. Let's stop all of that because climate change, and let's just import students so we can indoctrinate them and then send them all over the world to progress our agenda. That's what they're saying. So since 1985, the Commonwealth allowed Australian universities and colleges to charge full rather than subsidised fees. Revenue from international students has grown exponentially in real terms, flattened only by the global financial crisis. Exponential is a familiar term in these pandemic days. It's another way of talking about compounding, growth on growth. The blue line in the below chart on Australia's education exports is exponential. Total education exports, as Australia's national accounts categorise them, comprise both the fees international students pay and the amount they spend on goods and services while in Australia. Now, anyway, look, it's basically just going on. This is the important bit that I want you guys to see, right? Universities are scrambling to determine the size of the inevitable international student decline they will experience. For instance, on March 1, 2020, 56% of international student visa holders from China were outside Australia, and Chinese students account for 1/3. 1/3 of total education exports. And see, the majority of these students coming in from China, they're doing things like accounting, they're doing things like dentistry, becoming a doctor, medicine, pharmacy, engineering. Of course there's the exceptions. Of course there are. A lot of them do arts degrees as well. But I would say the vast majority are doing STEM degrees because those are what helps you get ahead in life. Those are necessary and high demand jobs, right? And this is why Asian Americans are probably, I think they're one of the top 2 richest groups in America right now, per capita. That's because they don't do useless fucking degrees that land them a barista job at Starbucks. Shout out to all my baristas out there. I hope you didn't waste your money on a gender studies degree. Hope you're just doing it because you love making coffee. And if you are, more power to you. I respect that. But if you're doing it because you did a gender studies degree and that's the only job you can get, maybe you should have done a different degree. Tell your friends, don't do useless degrees. Thank you in advance. So this is the chart showing the composition of Australians' education exports by main country percentage. And this is from blue, red to green. It's 1998, 2008, 2018. So just so you can see China's growth, right? And I don't know, this is as percentage, right? So this number on the side, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's China. That's India. That's Nepal. That's Malaysia. That's Vietnam, South Korea, Brazil, Indonesia, here, Thailand, Hong Kong, and Pakistan. So I guess this is what I'm saying, right? China, they dominate all of it. Right? They dominate the education industry in Australia, and they're the ones pumping the cash in. And that's because they have the cash, and that's why they're being targeted. Anyway, is there anything else that's really important in here before I go into the next piece of information that's actually quite critical as part of this whole thing? You know, this is the upside and the downside of not reading all of the article before you react to it, right? Because if you read all of it first, then you already know what's going to happen. So it's kind of pointless, right? Because it's no longer reaction. It's just planned reaction. Oh my God, this thought. Look at the dark roots on that. She is itching to go back to the salon after these coronavirus restrictions. Anyway, basically it's saying some of the poorer universities might actually end up crashing and dying and burning, and I'm cool with that. In the absence of a nationally coordinated response for the sector, reduced revenues will also have disproportionate effects. Some universities have cash reserves to absorb losses. But see, the thing is, universities are for profit, right? Like, they're not stupid. They're kind of stupid, but they're not completely stupid. They know what the implications of not getting smart in the face of something like this means. They know what is going to happen if they don't start to move towards more sustainable degrees. And if you're wondering what I mean exactly by that, let me just share this particular snippet of another article with you, because this is rather important, I have to say. Macquarie University. Here we go. This is totally separate, actually. Australia awash with useless university degrees. Huh, what a shock, right? Macquarie University. Here we go. This is the one I was after. Thank you for sticking here, because this is juicy as fuck. Now, this was published 5 months ago, right? Before the coronavirus pandemic hit, right? Just leading into Christmas. Budget black hole. University, hundreds of university staff want answers. Tell me more. More than 100 senior academics at Macquarie University. Oh, you mean the kind of senior academics like Jenna Price, who want to see all men put under mental health and police watch lists when their girlfriend breaks up with them? You know, that kind of academic? Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, useless degrees, but I'm following my passion. Yeah, my passion to be a retard. More than 100 senior academics at Macquarie University, this is just at one university, by the way, senior academics, are calling for transparency on the university's finances and an explanation for a budget black hole. The university has implemented a staff hiring freeze that will be in place until at least mid-2020, and announced plans to dissolve its faculty of, you wait for it, its faculty of human sciences. So, you know, like philosophy, sociology, gender studies. And thank you for that $10 donation, Mehmet, who says, one of the colleges I applied to for an MS in EE was going to give me a full ride because I would have been the only US citizen in the program. Holy shitballs. China and India take all the STEM slots here too. So it's happening in Australia and America and basically everywhere that, you know, basically every big Western country with what used to be deemed to be reputable universities are just taking the piss. Like, they're just taking the cash from overseas. They don't even care about their own citizens, yet they claim to. They only care about their own agenda. That's the fact of the matter. So yeah, they announced plans to dissolve the Faculty of Human Sciences and the Vice President of University Services and Strategy portfolio. Vice Chancellor Bruce Downton also warned staff on Tuesday further changes may be announced in coming weeks. He said in the letter, the cuts and changes are a result of a fall in international student numbers. What a shock! International students are realizing that the retards teaching their kids, right? Well, the people sending their kids to international universities in Australia and in America are realizing their kids are being taught bullshit by retards. That's what's happening. They're realizing that their kids are coming over from China, right? All traditional, and they're coming back riddled with STDs and spouting feminist bullshit. That's what's happening. And you wonder why. Like, market forces, baby. Like, that's what happens. That's how it works. This is why all these people want socialist and totalitarian communist control of the country and universities, because they want the government to force people to do things their ways. That's just what's happening. That's what's going down right now. As well as a lot of college thoughts also going down on things, usually for money. But that's none of my business. Professor Downton said the cut are a result of a fall in international student numbers, flat enrollments in 2020, a reduction in federal government-funded university places, and a significantly worse budgetary position than expected for next year. When compared with some high-performing research universities, having 5 faculties represents a degree of complexity and duplication that we cannot afford if we are to free up resources to secure our future, he said. Financial modeling has found up to $5 million can be saved annually by dissolving the Faculty of Human Sciences. Ah, it's music to my ears. Absolute music to my ears. A spokeswoman, of course, for the university said it is in informal consultations with members of the Human Sciences faculty about relocating departments into other organizational homes. I presume that means they're going to redistribute these nut job lecturers into other faculties. University indoctrination fail. Well said, Ezra. Staff have also written a letter to Professor Downton to immediately halt any changes to the university structure and staffing and show financial documents and modeling explaining the hiring freeze. Blah, 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 blah. Academics in the Human Sciences faculty say they've been told they will need to sign new contracts, but non-academic staff have not been given any more information. So they're just going to spread the leftists to other faculties. Underground Elite, the reason I don't film indoors is because the lighting sucks, the audio sucks because of the echo from indoors, and my seats are nowhere near as comfortable indoors as they are outside. In fact, I actually get a really sore lower back from the futon couch that I have because the base of it from where the back is to the front is longer than from my knee to the back of my ass. So there's like a gap about this big between where my butt is and the back of the chair is. So my back's kind of like arched like this and there's no lumbar support and the pillows don't work. So yeah, anyway, long story short, universities is just burning through money to teach bullshit. And yeah, they're just burning through money to teach bullshit. Really. And they're burning through your money, and they're burning through taxpayer money, and they're burning through international student money. And guess what? Everyone's sick of it and closing their wallets. Which is exactly what men are doing when it comes to relationships these days. We're sick of it. It's not worth it financially. We're closing our wallets and we're taking our assets off the table. So much respect to all of you who are choosing to do that for yourselves. And, you know, I hope you continue to stay smart with your money. Watch out for the red flags. Run from the red flags. Hopefully all these grievance study schools and Fruit Loop professors will also vanish, along with the gold diggers that will no longer be around if there's no more incentive. And we're the only ones that can take away the incentive. That's all I got to say. Anyway, men, this is the end of it today. This has been a short one. I appreciate you sticking around. Thank you to those of you who dropped donations. Two gentlemen, I appreciate you both. If you want to support this channel, head on over to sydneymctow.com/brave and download the Brave browser. Try it if you're already using Chrome and you love the fact that you've got all the extensions and the way that Chrome operates, but you don't like Google spying on you and putting ads everywhere. So yeah, Brave can help you out with that, and it helps my channel out as well. So if you want to do that on your phone or your computer, which I use it on all of my devices, feel free to do so and help support this channel. Otherwise, share, comment, like, subscribe. When you hit subscribe, make sure you've hit the all button and the bell next to the subscribe icon. Otherwise, YouTube probably won't give you all of my notifications. And also check if you're still subscribed if you're watching this right now, because you know what YouTube like to do with those sort of stuff. Thank you for your $3.50 donation, Shinobi One. I appreciate you. Yo. Right back at you, man. Anyway, guys, if you also want us to financially support, paypal.me/CityMigTow, or any other methods in the description below, including cryptocurrency. I appreciate you all regardless. Thank you so much. I look forward to catching you in the next video. But until then, stay safe and peace.